everyone! Welcome to Spiritual World, in which we're here to talk about all things related to spirituality. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the book of Ikigai. Now, Ikigai stands to find your purpose in life, to find your bliss, and today I'm here to talk to you about that. Now, what's important to know that this book was written by Hector, Garcia, and Francesc, Millares. The first part about this book is about flow. Now, in the book of flow, it talks about the importance for us to stay in a very deep state of concentration in which we are doing a work that deeply trigger us and make us very, very happy. So for example, let's say if you're someone that loves to paint, and you lose your whole day painting and you don't even see the time pass, that is a state of flow. So they say whenever you want to find your Ikigai, it's very important to find a state of being in that flow state. For example, if you're someone that's passionate about photography and you're losing in that state of flow. Sometimes when we are doing mundane chores, such as doing the dishes, doing the laundry, or doing some of the cooking, you might find it very mundane, but there's little moments of flow in that too, because some people will find some of the mundane chores bring us a certain aspect of flow. For example, for me, sometimes when I do the dishes, I do have that little spurt of moment of flow. But of course, that is when I'm also listening to different kind of information I find very pertinent, or when I'm reading a book, I could be totally lost and immersed in it for a whole day. So it really depends what kind of things you find would be very resonating to you. What the authors have said, what you could do to find your flow is take out a sheet of paper or grab your cell phone, note down the things that will put you in a state of flow. And from there, you will see what are the things that really trigger you and find the purpose through that way to understand, oh, these are the things that makes me truly happy. The second point that I wanted to mention about Ikigai in that book, he mentioned the story of Viktor Frankl, and he is the author of A Man Looking for Meaning, and he is actually an Austrian neurologist in addition to a psychiatrist. In the World War II, he was actually locked into a Nazi concentration camp. And when he was locked in, he was very concerned because he had a book that was ready for publishing. So he had all the notebooks ready, but because the guards confiscated his book, so he felt very, very upset over this, but he needed to find all the information that it was in that book. So he used his memory, and whenever he could find a small piece of paper, it could be a small size, he'll use a pen and jot it down. Well, where was the information from? And those were the little spurts of moments of happiness, because he was constantly thinking, despite he is in such a tough, torturous moment, he was thinking what is ahead. He was thinking about to find the moment of grace in those small moments, and also see what he will do with his book afterwards, and brought him outside of that suffering. If you are in a moment that is very challenging, to think outside of the box. The last point I wanted to talk about, which is the point I really, really enjoy to talk about, was resilience. We need to understand whenever we find our purpose, it will come to a point that we feel so much challenge, but we need to have so much passion, feel that passion, to go through that passion. And whenever we are in that kind of state, and we are in that state to cultivate all of that and to have the resilience to go through it, the authors ties in also with Stoicism. So what is it? So a lot of times in our life, we need to be having this passion for a purpose and constantly go after our dream despite all kind of challenge, to be passionate and resilient toward it. But they also mention about Stoicism. In Stoicism, very oftentimes, it's important for us to actually see things that are negative emotions, to remove them, such as anger, jealousy, vanity, fear, shame. We remove that and we replace them with emotion that is a bit more happier. So meaning like happiness and love and appreciation and things like that. We cultivate these kind of more positive emotion and we let go of the negative ones. In addition to that, Stoicism actually emphasizes on how to appreciate what we receive, to be okay. We can actually appreciate everything that we have. We're in a state of appreciation, but we also need to understand not all thing is constant. You will never have everything on a constant. Such as the Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, everything is like a tree. Like imagine this is a tree and there's leaves, but nothing will stay impermanent. Meaning that, for example, one leaf represent your richness, one represent friendship. But if the wind blows, it means like the leaves will leave. So if you understand this, you will see everything is in a state of impermanence. So it's very important for you to appreciate what you have in the now, to be in full state of appreciation. And for those, this is something for me, I want to say sometimes you feel you are a tree, but you are not having leaves on your tree trunks and you are a bit exasperated on life. I want you to know that it's possible that right now you're going through a winter time with this tree. So it's normal that there is no leaf, there's nothing growing there. However, when the spring comes, there'll be little buds and little leaves popping up all over. So don't ever lose faith whenever you are going through a period of transition in which you need to let that time wait out so you could grow into your full capacity. And this is all I wanted to share with you when it comes to Ikigai, and I hope you will enjoy it.